So this is Dad, I presume. So glad you could be here. Yeah, this is a unique and wonderful moment.
Dr. Rawlings, I wonder if you could maybe do me a favour.
We come back to Bridget at the age of, 43. She's sorted quite a lot out. She's been through quite a lot. She has experienced what my grandmother used to say was really one's heart is no use as a heart unless it's been broken at least 10 times. So she's had her heartbreaks and she's quite happy in herself. And of course, that's the moment at which this great big thing happens to her. So it's not as it were a midlife crisis, but it's the beginning of that second part of life, which actually can be an extraordinarily new lease. Dr. Rawlings is a rather lovely character because I've conceived of her as a sort of army brat, so she's very good at short-term relationships, She's also a single mother and has brought up her children on her own, and she is at first slightly suspicious of Bridget and a little bit judgmental, if I'm honest. But as she gets to know her over the 9-month period, because of course when you are a prima gravidad and you're elderly, they have to take a lot more scans and have to check up on you a lot more. And she gets to know her and she gets to understand that there are these two possible fathers, which is just, a very modern problem. Well, it's probably not modern at all. It's actually an ancient, not necessarily even a problem. It's just one of those things. And she becomes much more sympathetic to Bridget and by the end is tremendously excited and can't wait to find out which one it is.
Before we start, would you like to know the sex?
Maybe we should be prepared.
I'm not sure.
It's a boy.
Oh.
A boy!
A boy?
Boy!
Our boy.
A boy.
Oh, my boy.
Working with Renee Zellweger is such a joy because she's just a delightful person and bright and brilliant and sort of better at being Bridget than I can imagine anyone being, because she's got the capacity to act that kind of slightly scatty thing, which she isn't at all, actually, in herself.